Well, you've made it to the end. We covered a lot, so let's have a quick recap. First, you learned some basics of using a debugger, specifically in Visual Studio and Visual Studio Code. Then you saw how to use debugging features by debugging an exception and a functional defect in a real-world application. You learned some of the benefits of becoming a better debugger, like learning the types of mistakes that you make and how you solve problems. Then you learned about some of the typical traps in debugging, and also an effective approach you can follow when debugging, based on the scientific method. After that, you learned more debugging features of Visual Studio, like debugging data using the Autos, Locals, Watch, and Immediate windows. Then you saw advanced breakpoints, like conditional breakpoints and trace points. Next, you learned about features in System.Diagnostics that can help you with debugging, like writing output to trace listeners and inserting assert statements to verify inputs to methods. And finally, in this module, you learned more about logging and how it can be used to gather information from deployed applications. In this course, we used Visual Studio a lot. It's the most full-featured IDE for debugging, and it has a lot more features than what was covered here. If you'd like to dig into debugging in Visual Studio more, please check out this course in the Pluralsight library from Alex Wolf. Thanks for watching the course, everybody. My name is Neil Morrissey, and I hope you'll join me for future courses here on Pluralsight.